Governor of Florida, Rick Scott. Governor Scott, thank you so much for joining me.
Brooke, it's great to be here, but you need to come to Florida. The weather's better. You have to wear those heavy
coats. Could you tell my boss, because they're sending me to Iowa tomorrow, so we're going to have to work something out there.
It's going to be cold.
I appreciate that, though. Thank you. Let me just begin with, I know that you have said thus far, you won't endorse anyone before the Florida primary in March, but in that opinion piece I read, it sounded like maybe you're supporting Donald Trump. Are you ready to endorse him? Live here with me?
Well, I might endorse before the primary. I haven't decided. I'm probably like most voters. They're saying, we want somebody that's going to create a market for jobs. We need more jobs. That's what I did in my race. It's the most important thing we can do. We got a lot of great candidates. We got a lot from Florida, Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, some governors I've worked with, John Kasich and Chris Christie. So we got a lot of people in the race, but I'm looking for a specific job plan to add probably 12 million jobs over the next 4 years. That's what we need in this country.
So who's the jobs guy?
I'll say it again.
Who's the jobs guy?
Well, I think it's early. I think there's a lot of focus on foreign policy.
Okay.
So I'm like a lot of voters. I'm listening.
You say you know Donald Trump personally. Can you tell me something about him, something perhaps you admire about him that the rest of America may not know?
I've gotten to know his daughter Ivanka a little bit. She's really a nice young lady. I've met his wife. He's got a nice family. And I love all of them. I love it when they spend time in Florida, spend all their money in Florida, like I like all the tourists to come to Florida. But we've got a lot of good people in the race.
On politics, the headline, as I mentioned, Trump not showing up at that debate tomorrow night, the Fox debate in Iowa. You yourself had all not show up for a debate. We pulled this out of the archive.
We have been told that Governor Scott will not be participating in this debate. Now, let me explain what this is all about. Governor Christ has asked to have a fan, a small fan, placed underneath his podium. The rules of the debate that I was shown by the Scott campaign say that there should be no fan. Somehow there is a fan there, and for that reason, ladies and gentlemen, I am being told that Governor Scott will not join us for this debate.
All right, a little bit of drama in 2014. Here's the difference. You eventually, you did show up. You did debate that night. Do you think Donald Trump, Governor, should change his mind, show up on that debate stage tomorrow night in Iowa? What advice would you give him?
Sure. Well, in my case, I showed up to that debate, and we went on to have a big win that year, a couple of years ago. Here's the way I think about it. I wish the National Party wasn't so restrictive on their debates and location and how many. But every candidate's got to think for themselves. Everybody's different, whether it's debates or forums or town halls. Everybody's got to figure out for themselves how to get their message out. And every campaign's got a different approach to doing it.
Do you think he should show up last minute?
I think he can decide that for himself. I figured out how to get my message out, and it worked for me.
Tomorrow night could, finally be this moment. You mentioned, two lawmakers from your state who want to be president, Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio. Finally here, this could be their opportunity. Trump's gone. Really step up in the spotlight and shine. How should they do that most effectively, Governor?
Well, I think what Jeb has really done a good job with in Florida is we're at a 12-year high in our high school graduation rates. He did a great job with that. I think what Marco Rubio has done a good job is really talking to the American public about why we should continue the embargo against the Castro brothers. I mean, they don't believe in political freedom. They're oppressing their own people. So I think Marco's done a great job with that.
Florida Governor Rick Scott, see you in Florida on down the line, all right?
I look forward to seeing you in warm weather.
All right. Thank you, sir.